this week, pretty important week, final matches at home for this season. Still have a chance at a conference championship. What's the mentality you have to take into Friday and Sunday's matches?
From here on out, we just have to know we have to put everything out there. We can't leave anything left on the field. We got our loss out of the way, and from here on out, we're just going to have to do everything we can to win.
I know you wanted to win that match with Central Oklahoma, but is that a match that might be what you guys needed to get you really focused on the stretch run?
Yes, it could be. That's a good way to look at it. I feel like it definitely was an eye-opener for us, and it makes us challenge ourselves a little bit more because we know that wasn't totally how we were meant to play, and we know what we can play better.
You know, I look at your stats, and every match you play, you outshoot your opponents. How frustrating, or is it frustrating when the shots aren't going in for you, even though you win some of the matches, and even the one you lost to Central Oklahoma, you still outshot them, almost dominated them on shots on goal and shots overall. Does that get a little? Does that play with the psyche at all?
Well, it is frustrating, but it is a good sign that we are making these opportunities. We just need to capitalize the opportunities. But I feel like it just tells us as a team that we can get these goals if we can capitalize them in the back of the net. And we just need to keep on working and trying and fighting to find the back of the net.
Obviously, you have Missouri Southern on Friday, Central Oklahoma on Sunday. Central Missouri, I'm sorry.
No,
Central Missouri on Sunday. Is there a concern or is there a fear you might be looking past Central or Missouri Southern and looking more towards Central Missouri?
No, I believe we really do take it one game at a time. So we are focusing on Missouri Southern right now because if we do lose another game before we even play Central Missouri, then there's no chance that if we do beat Central Missouri that we're going to not be able to get the result that we won at the end of the season.
On the field, what's it going to take? What do you feel like it boils down to Friday against Missouri Southern for you guys?
It's just going to take us putting our loss behind us and playing the way that we know we can play. We're all going to have to work together, fight to the final minute, and just capitalize and finish our opportunities that we get when we go up forward.
Are you surprised that you guys have had the success you've had this year?
No, I'm not surprised. I feel like we're just continuing the success that we had at the end of our season last season, even though it wasn't a real season. And I feel like everyone saw it coming out of my freshman year season. We had a kind of a rocky start at the beginning, but towards the end it was we were up with UCM and UCO, and I feel like now we're making a name for ourselves with them as well. And I don't feel like it's a surprise. I feel like we've earned it and we've worked for it.
You talked about how we've outshot everybody. Part of that's because we shoot a lot, but part of that's because the defense on the back end. Just talk about that, how you guys work together to help limit that.
So I feel like our defense is doing well at stepping, and we're doing well at clearing the ball out and trying to find our front line. We always try to find Marco, we try to find Gabby, try to find Lex down there, and they do a really good job at just getting the opportunities in the middle. So I feel like our defense is stepping up to clear out the opportunities from the other side, and we're just working well together to get the opportunities up front. Because I know Ash and I are doing pretty well with the assists right now, so we're just working our way up the field.
All right. Well, big weekend for you guys. Obviously, senior weekend, final 2 home matches for the regular season. But as you look at these next 2 matches, how much importance do you place on them, and what's your mindset going into these next 2 matches?
Just knowing that UCM is top of our conference with us, it makes it a much bigger deal playing against them. And if we win, it's gonna set the tone to finish out the rest of the season. So.
Is there a concern? I asked Joanie this too. Is there a concern or a fear of looking past Missouri Southern, being more focused on Central Missouri than Missouri Southern?
No, because we have to. I mean, Sunday's game, win or lose, it's not going to matter if we don't win Friday's game. So we have to first beat Friday's game and then focus on Sunday's game.
The loss to Central Oklahoma, obviously you wanted to win that match, but is that a match that might turn out to be something that helps you out, turns out to be a positive for you guys? If there is such a thing?
In the long run, you could see it that way. It was kind of an eye opener, and we've been on such a high this season that, you know, we didn't think we could lose, but it was kind of eye opener. So
What is it you hope you guys learned or gained from that match that you can take into this weekend and matches down the road?
we just learned that no game is given to us, and there is going to be teams that are going to give us their best run, and we're just going to have to give it our all every game.
Has that brought out maybe even better play from you, knowing that you're going to get everybody's A game?
It was pretty hard. UCO man marked me like they did in the spring, so I was expecting that, but I also wasn't, and I felt like it kind of changed the dynamics of the team because there wasn't that constant flow of play up top, so it put more pressure on our defense.
What is it going to take for you guys, first off on Friday against Missouri Southern? What does it boil down to? Where do you guys have to be good on Friday?
We just have to be good all around. If we're playing our game, no one can stop us.
So you talked about that, how they man marked you the whole time, and that's something you've seen. That's probably the only time this year you've seen that. Do you think that helps you going into then if you play someone else that may do that?
Yeah, I've been man marked pretty much my whole life, so I'm used to it, but this is a different level, so it's a whole different game.
Is that why it's easier? Like, it seems to me that when we have the opening kick, you guys have been a little bit more aggressive, trying to go right away.
Mhm.
Scored, got it in 87 seconds, whatever. Is that kind of what trying to get it before they can?
Yeah, it kind of just sets the tone for the whole game. It lets them know that we're not messing around and that we're here to play.
For you this season, has it gone kind of the way you envisioned it, or did you really have a vision and you were just kind of waiting to see how it played out?
No, it's gone pretty much how I pictured it. I honestly pictured us going undefeated, but we lost. But that game we just didn't play like ourselves, but I'm hoping that this weekend we can pick it up and play like we normally do both games.
How much are you looking forward to going up against Central Missouri?
I'm really looking forward to it because a lot of people from my hometown are going to come watch because a lot of people go to UCM. So it's going to be a big game for not only me, but a lot of other people too.
And how about playing for the last time in the regular season at home on the ESU pitch?
Oh, I don't want to think about that. That makes me sad, thinking about that we're almost done and that's our last home game.
But how nice is it to play here with the crowds and the enthusiasm?
It's really nice. We like it when people come and support us. It really helps us out.
Final two home matches for your team. I asked both the players, both Joanie and Mackenzie, is there a concern that the players might look past, not necessarily taken for granted, but be more focused on Sunday's big match than Friday's match against Missouri Southern?
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of a trap game, isn't it? But everyone in our league is so tough. You can't overlook anybody. So, ultimately we kind of deal in weekends and not so much games. When we prepare, we're kind of preparing for both teams, not just one. But, we want confidence going into that game. So we got to play well and hopefully, we take care of business on Sunday and have a lot of momentum on Friday and have a lot of momentum going into Sunday. But it's a definite concern because, we don't make the schedule, and that's how it worked out. And the girls know. They look at the standings. They know who's 8th in the country. But in the end, in order for us to have a chance to compete for a conference championship, we have to win them all.
The loss to Central Oklahoma, is that something that could, in a roundabout way, prove to be beneficial for your team?
I mean, it was bound to happen sooner or later. We're not world beaters. We're not invincible. That's for sure. And there's so many good teams. They beat us twice in a row now, with last year in the spring as well. So, we knew that it could happen, and just because you outshoot a team doesn't mean you outplay the team, and that's what happened on that game. They didn't go in, we didn't take quality shots, and a couple things didn't go our way, and that happens in the game. So it could catapult us, but at the same time, I don't believe in any loss is a good loss for that matter.
As you look at this team, what would be your best way of describing them?
Very physical, very motivated. Despite we have some youth, we have more experience than youth, and these girls even though they only have 2 or 3 seasons under their belt because of the COVID year, they've been here, a lot of them, for 4 years. So they've been building for this. So I would say, our leadership, our experience, our competitiveness, and our willingness to win.
Talk about, how the program's been built. This is gonna be the first time 2 nationally ranked teams are playing out there on that ESU pitch. Just kind of talk about the build up the program and things that have happened over the last couple of years.
Yeah, I mean, the last few years have been really good years. I think we had a 14-win season in 2019 and 13-win season in 2018 and 2019. We backed up a 14-win and a 13-win season, and regional contenders, top 3 in the MIAA, and we already got 12 wins this year, so we're on pace to maybe even beat that. We've been building for it. Just happened to get 2 or 3 really good recruiting classes in a row, and when you can stack them together and hit on those kids, and it all works out, and we play well together. So it's been building for this. We're not, we've come a long way in the past 8 to 10 years, that's for sure. But we were trending this way, and but at the end of the day, it's always, to win the league, you always have to go through UCM and UCO, and we knew that coming in. And one thing we don't have is we've never won it before, so it's hard to win it for the first time, and so that's kind of what we're dealing with, is getting over that hump, and not just coming in second or third, but actually winning the regular season. And I truly believe it's harder to win the regular season than it is the tournament, because the regular season is a test of 11 games. You've got to be great for 11 games. The winner's probably going to either go undefeated or lose 1. And to win the tournament, you can catch lightning in a bottle and win 3 games. So definitely a test of time to win the conference.
And then just talk about atmosphere at home games now and how that's kind of developed and what it's like playing out here.
Yeah, I mean, it's a party. It's really cool. You look around and there's people everywhere on the hill, in the parking lot, and just kind of, it's like a festival. I feel like so, but you can hear roars. They're into the game, and I think we have really good support. Our girls are friends with a lot of the football guys and basketball guys and things like that. So it's really cool. And the tailgate, the parents always have a tailgate, and they have a good time with it. And it's nice after the game to socialize and on that level too. And so it's been a lot of fun.